So I've been working on this 2014 Kenworth T270 box truck. It's got 6.7 Cummins in it, and we were getting some codes, or a code for the turbo actuator, and digging into the wiring harness, it seemed like it was definitely a wiring harness issue. So let me show you what I found. So right here on the actuator, part of the diagnostics is supposed to have battery voltage at pin number 1 and 4. So 1 and 4, and these two middle ones, pins 2 and 3, are your CAN bus. And you're supposed to have, with this unplugged, 120 ohms on the harness side, which I was getting 0 ohms. The other thing is, so this actuator has a resistor inside of it as well. So with this unplugged, you're supposed to have 120 ohms on the actuator. So digging into it, I traced it back to this connector. Nothing at that connector. Came over here. We've got this plug right here with the two data link wires. Couldn't get nothing there either. Digging into the wiring harness, there's a resistor at the other end of the circuit for the after treatment system. So, okay, go back here, couldn't find nothing. Now keep in mind this truck is deleted, so none of this stuff is working back here. But there's supposed to be a resistor here. Took me a couple hours to find, I'll be honest, tracing these wires back, but I found this plug right here was just loose, and I went and basically just touched it and it popped out. So I plugged it back in, and then we got 120 ohms back on this plug with it disconnected. And if you come over here, this plug right here coming off the ECM wiring, see these green and yellow wires. With this disconnected, you're supposed to have 120 volts. Let's see if I can pop that off quick. Sorry, not 120 volts, 120 ohms on these pins right here. See, for the green and black. So plug that, if you remember that wire back there, or that connector there, plug that back up. We had 120 ohms here again. Plug it up again, and with the turbo actuator connected in the back there, ECM powered off, supposed to have 60 ohms here. No, not working. Missing something. Don't think I plugged this in right. I'm gonna have to pull this apart. There's a bunch of corrosion in there, so I'm gonna clean those up anyway. Probably end up repinning it. It's just Deutsch, and that plug is not latching right, so I'll have to fix that as well yet. But with that connected, turbo actuators connected, we should have, what the heck, should have 60 ohms right there. Oh, do you know what? Truck is turned on. Turn the truck off. Let's give it a couple minutes for the ECM to power off. Still nothing. Oh, there we go. Isn't making good connection in there. So we're back to our 60 ohms right here. 58. It's close enough. So I'm gonna fix that plug back there by the after treatment system. Probably end up repinning some of that stuff because The resistor on this end is, I don't know where, but it's in here somewhere. The other, since this is deleted, obviously not using any of that stuff back there. The other thing you can do, I don't think I'm going to just because I don't have one with me, but you can cut these two wires here and actually just install a resistor right here, and that completely bypasses all the emission systems. But I'm not going to do that right now just because yeah, I don't have a resistor with me on the truck here, and in case they ever want to go back to emissions on, they don't have to worry about hooking those wires back up. So yeah, so I pulled this plug off, and look at that. That is really nasty. Could have also been part of why it wasn't working. I'm not sure which one of these wires it uses here for that resistor, but I think we might just, I'm not sure. Maybe I should just put a resistor up there. I don't know. I'll see quick if I can. If I have the right pins, I'm just going to repin this right here. Send it down the road. All right, so we're back on this Kenworth box truck. Talked it over with the customer, and we decided we're just going to put a resistor in the harness right there by the ECM. I got to looking at that plug back there by the after treatment system, and it was just so full of corrosion and all that. Just, yeah, that wasn't worth cleaning up. And putting this little resistor in, that'll just eliminate any kind of future wiring issues in the back there. Yeah, just because it sees a lot of road salt and grime and dirt and all that junk. So got these resistors from Cat, just a Deutsch 3-pin, part number 1743016. So I'm gonna stick that in there. We'll go from there. All right, so we got our resistor installed right there. All our codes went inactive. Still got a light on the dash. That'll be on until I clear those. But yeah, take a test drive. Make sure it's all working. Good to go. So we got code staying inactive, and I don't know if you can see that or not. Turbo actuator reading different positions. So I think we're good to go.